Hiya folks, well as you probably know we've been using our little camping stoves to save money rather than getting the big range cooker on, and we've been using them successfully for 6 months. Someone did show us an interest in an induction hob, Sharon. So we've actually gone out and purchased one now. This is the Abossi. Here's the model number of it there, and we'd like to see if this compares to our little gas hobs here, and let's see how quick it can boil and cook.
Pint of water.
Yeah. Right, so this is it. It's actually a dual hob one here. So you've got basically duplicate controls from there to there. The one on the left side here is an 1800 watt burner. In other words, when you turn it up to maximum, it will go up to 1800 watts. The lowest setting, the minimum setting on this one is 500 watts. And the one on the right hand side here, this is a 1000 watt burner. And again, that lowest position on there will go down to 500 watts as well. When you start them off from cold, this one will start up on the basic setting of 1200 watts. This one starts off on 1000 watts. The controls on this pretty simple. You have got an on and off button there. You do have a timer button. You've got a function button. What the function button does, it allows you to see in the little LED display there, it lets you see either the power in watts in increments or in degrees centigrade. So depending on what one you choose by hitting the power button there. You have got a timer function, as I said. You've also got a lock function, which if you hold your hands on both of them, the up and down arrows, it puts it into lock, and then none of these controls will work at all. And the way you take the lock off is to hold them on there again for about 2 or 3 seconds, and it takes the lock off as well. You've also got a keep warm function, which will keep this hot plate at a steady 80 degrees centigrade, just for you to keep sauces or whatever warm. And you've got an independent minimum and maximum. So by pressing the maximum, that will put this one up to 1800 watts straight away. Hit the minimum, it takes it straight down to 500 watts. Likewise with this one, the maximum on this one will be 1000 watts, and the minimum again will be 500. So that's the controls on them. So one thing we had to do first of all, once we've got it, is to see if our cooking pots was any good, Sharon, didn't they? So this was one of our original pots, yeah, and how did you test them, Sharon?
Magnet on the bottom.
Right, so we've got a little magnet here. Have a look at that one, Sharon. So this was one of our original ones. As you can see, it's not magnetic at all. So we tested all of our stuff, which basically meant... Oh, hello. No, that's the side, Sharon. That's the side.
Yeah, but it took it out of my hands.
But the magnets have got to be... In other words, the bottom of it has got to be magnetic.
There
so
you go.
As you can see there, that's holding the magnet. These things don't work on heat like a halogen hob. In other words, these are cool to the touch when they're on, but it works on magnetism. It doesn't heat the plate up, it actually heats the saucepan up. And I'll prove that to you now. We've got an empty kettle here. This is a new kettle we bought as well. So for example, if we just turn this one on first of all, you get a little on come up there. If you hit the function button first of all, as you can see, there's nothing on there at the moment, so it comes up with the EO code, which basically means you've got no pot on, or your pot is incompatible. In other words, like that. So just switch it off again, baby. Right, so if I just put that one on there, we know this hasn't got a magnetic base on it. So go to press the plus again.
I've got to switch it
on. The function first, it's on, isn't it?
No.
On, and then your function, and it should come up with EO. See, straight away it comes up with EO because that's incompatible. So if you get that code, that's the reason, if you haven't got a magnet. Now this kettle is empty, by the way, but this one is magnetic, baby. Yeah. We've already checked this. So by putting that on there like that, turning that one on, and then hit the function button, it starts off at 1200 watts. Now, although that kettle's empty, there is heat now being generated, and it's heating up the kettle, which in turn will heat the water up. The kettle is empty, as I said to you. Let me just turn that off for the minute. Now, if I take that up, you can put your hand on that, Sharon. On the hob. Put your hand on it, it's fine, don't worry. And that's no heat there at all. But if you just touch that on there.
Yeah, it's warm.
Yeah, so it's heating so it's heating up the pans, but you can't accidentally touch that and that'll be hot. What you might find, obviously, if your pan's been cooking for about 15 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever, and you take that off, you might touch that and it will be hot, and the reason being is because the hot pan has transferred the heat to the glass. This isn't actually producing any heat itself once it's on. It's the heat transferred from the glass, the bottom of the pan, that's making that warm. So just to be aware of that. But from cold, these things don't get hot that's not a heat. It's not like a halogen. It's not like a ceramic hob or nothing like that. So that's that. Right, well, as you well know, these are our little gas bottles which we normally put in our little gas stove. These are little Kodak butane bottles. This one's half used, so we're going to use a brand new one here. So we just open up a new one. We just place that into our cooker. Right, so we're going to do a little controlled test here. We're going to pour a pint of water in this empty kettle. We've got a pint of water here, folks. So we just whack that in there. Measure the amount. Put the lid back on. And we'll set a timer. So if I just light it first, folks, hold on. Right, that's a light now. So we just press the, get ready, put it on now. Start. Right, so that's seconds. We'll let that count, folks. And we'll see how long that takes to boil and whistle. So you'll probably be on a bit of time lapse for this. Getting ready to boil, isn't it? Right, get ready for the whistle, folks. Wait till it whistles, then we'll call that boiling. A good rolling boil. Right, 406. Now, 410. Right, so we'll call that 4010.
410, yeah?
Yep, write that down, 410. And that's a pint of water, folks. That'll probably do you 2 cups of tea, I would have thought. So, let's take that off. Put that to one side. I'm going to go and cool this off now, folks, and cool the bottom off. Tip this hot water out. Just put that in the bowl there, just to make sure that it's cool. Let's run some cold water through that. Cool it right down. There we go. Just give that a swirl around. There we go. Look, it's cool now. Let's put that out. Right, fully empty. There we go, and you can see that's nice and cool now. Look, I can put my hands underneath that, so it's cooled right off. Right, so just put your hand on the bottom of that, baby. Make sure it's nice and cool. As you can see, so we're back to normal.
Oh, I won't warm it up.
So let's pour another pint of water in here. There we go. There we go. Put that in there. Right, now, we haven't had this thing going for ages, so let's just strike it. Hold on, I've got to get the phone on. Let's put that there in the background so we can see it. Like that there. Let's put that.
Hang on,
reset. Hold on.
Go on that one because it's a bigger ring.
Well, I said we normally do. What one do we normally do it on?
Well, I did cook on this one a lot.
Oh, go on then. We'll strike that one up first of all. Right, so we're going to do it on the bigger ring. This is the biggest ring we've got, folks. Right, get ready to press the play button. Right, go on, put it on then. Now just press the play button at the bottom. Right, okay, folks. So that's on now. So don't forget that is the biggest ring, folks. So this is now burning natural gas, which comes through the pipes to your house.
Which costs a fortune.
Which is costing us a fortune, Sharon, that's right. Well, we're coming up to 4 minutes 10, folks, which was the little gas burner. And no sign of whistling either. If you remember, just before that, we did have whistling. This is still going on, and there's a hell of a lot more gas being used there because it's a far bigger flame. Look at that. That's amazing, isn't it? Wow, you wouldn't believe that, Sharon, would you?
Well, we always said we thought that was quicker.
Yeah.
There we go.
Just starting. Hold on. Wait till it gets up to a good noise. Now, there you go. 4 minutes and 40 seconds, folks. And that flame on there was massive. So 4 minutes and 40 for our largest ring on our gas hob, which was using a hell of a lot more gas. This little one done it in 410, using a hell of a lot smaller flame, but more condensed. As the bottles do go down, the half bottle will take actually longer as well. So I don't really need to tell you that. That's common sense, really, isn't it? So here we go. Right, that's another pint of water in there. Lid back on. Shut that down. We're putting it on our hob. We're turning the hob on, and we're going to go straight away to the function and put it on max. So it's on maximum now, and I better start the timer. There we go. So we're going to leave that on now. Same thing, a good boil when it starts to build up steam and pump out, and then we'll turn it off. So we're looking at beating 4 minutes and 10 seconds. A little bit of steam coming out of the funnel, folks. There we go. Hold on. That's it there. 2:45. Wow. That's nearly a minute and a half quicker, Sharon. How about that, folks? That's absolutely marvellous. That's a little thing. I didn't expect that. Right, you go and tip that away. Well, so far, that is a hell of a lot quicker, folks. And don't forget, we did do the gas canister with a brand new canister. That will take a lot longer, 3 or 4 times after doing that. And as I say, that has quite blown my mind, to be honest with you. Now I can put my hand on there, look. It's a little bit warm because that's obviously had a hot thing on it. But as you can see, I'm not really scalding myself. It's hotter in the middle because that was the more condensed bit. What was it, Shell?
2:45.
2 minutes and 45 seconds for exactly the same amount of water in exactly the same vessel, and that's blown me away. That is absolutely fantastic.
So can I say now, people?
Yeah.
Get your induction hobs now before they sell out.
And they will go up in value, folks. Yeah. You can guarantee it, because everything else that we've been sharing with you on this channel has actually been sold out on places like Amazon and stuff like that. So for those critics out there who said, well, what's the difference in burning one of these and one of them? Well, you've just seen that there, folks, and that's the first time we've done this test.
We did cool the kettle down in between each thing.
As you saw, we did cool the kettle down, so it weren't warm from one and that sort of thing. Anyway, we're happy with this. Well, she's got something to go on now, Shay.
I'm going to do some egg
So it's so simple to use. There we go. And it just says low, so you turn it on, hit the function button, and it's displayed in watts there, as you can see. It comes on 1200 watts, or if you change it, you can set it to in degrees centigrade. As you can see, the little degrees centigrade light lights up, which means that we're reading degrees centigrade there. And that's on. You can take it down, obviously, or up. But we like to see the power we're using, and we just whack it up to maximum. 1800. That's a quick way of doing it. And if you want to use the keep warm function after something's cooked, just hit that. And as you can see, 80 degrees C, it keeps you on that. And that will just keep a sauce bubbling or anything you want in there without burning, Sharon, will it? And that's it.
That's it.
What do you reckon?
I love it, and it's very light as well to pick up for people that want to know that. That's a 2-ring one, and it's very, very light.
Yeah, 1800 watt maximum on that side, or 1000 watt on that side, and you can drop them, as I said to you, down to 500 watts,
and
which is.
Put them in the link below.
There will be one in the link below. So there you go, folks. That's our induction hob. We have still got a few of these bottles left, so we're going to be keeping them for cooking.
That's why we've not used this.
Yeah, because we had quite a lot of them left over. We've actually got some still outside, which we're going to keep just in case of a power cut, where we'll bring this out, because this is obviously an electric device, and also if we're doing a bit of cooking outdoors and stuff like that. So we've still got a good stack of these bottles as well. These are still fantastic, a lot better and quicker than your normal gas cooker. We've just proved that, but not quite as good as something like this.
No.
I don't know what the cost is, but we can see how much quicker it does cook the same item compared to this. And already, folks, these eggs are bubbling up already. Anyway, we're going to say goodbye now, because she's going to make some mayonnaise, egg mayonnaise, which is one of our favourites.
Yes.
And don't forget to check out our other videos. Do have a little binge watch of our other videos. A lot of people are doing that and enjoying them, and also picking up some helpful, handy tips. This is just one of the new appliances we've got this year. We've got 2 air fryers, and we've also got the Ninja 15-in-1 Foodie Max, and now we've just introduced this. All part of saving energy, which we've done successfully since April last year.
Pay out, but you're saving in the long run.
Yeah.
You get your money back.
It's called an investment in this new type of cooking. Look at this, folks. Fantastic. Here, folks, look. That's just in the short time we've been talking there.
I've had to turn it.
Oh, look at you through the steam, baby.
I look good.
Thanks very much. We'll see you in the next video.
Woo!
Bye for now.
Bye bye.
She loves it, look.